rocking. First of all, you guys, I did want to tell you that last night a friend said she didn't understand cloning, and I told her that makes two of us.
That's a good one.
Um, yeah. So anyway, there's my one for the day. Okay, I got it out of my system. I feel better now.
What was the one you sent me the other day? It was really good.
I don't know. You'd have to look it up. It was probably something amazing. That's all I know. So,
Man addicted to drinking brake fluid claims he can stop anytime he wants. That was it.
oh yeah, that's a good one. You're welcome for that.
I call my horse Mayo because Mayo neighs. That was my favorite one.
That one's pretty good too. Okay, so let's talk about something. Do you ever run into somebody who's like, hey, I want to design, they bring you a set of plans, or like they're talking to another builder that's got a custom layout, maybe that's like they had a set of plans drawn and they've got a price from this other builder for this custom set of plans. You ever run into this?
Yes.
Yes, you have. And how does that usually go for you?
I mean, they usually think they can get a custom house for like $400,000.
Always.
Yeah, but they can't. We all know
No.
that, right?
And they don't understand why.
Right. So, when somebody has plans, or if they're like, hey, I want to draw a custom set of plans and I want to like get with an architect and draw up my custom plans, and it should be the same price as building one of your pre-designed plans, right?
No,
Why not?
because we don't know everything that we're going to encounter. And we've never built the plan before.
Right. It's a never been built before, never going to be built again, right? So what I tell people when they are talking about having an architect draw plans, this is kind of one of my things that I explain to them. When architects draw plans, they draw plans that you will think look pretty and it meets all of your wish list requests, but they have no idea what it costs to build anything. And everybody has a wish list and a willing to pay for list, and they are never the same. Does that make sense? Like
Yep.
Yes.
they've got that wish list, right? It's like it's easy to give an architect a wish list of things I want. But the problem is, and I just encountered this with one of my other builders today, where he has a client that looked at one of his pre-designed floor plans, and I'll just throw out a number. It's like $184 a square foot to build that one, right? And then he goes to an architect and he has a set of plans drawn. And the set of plans he brings back are the builder prices it out and it's like $215 a square foot. And he's like, well, you should be able to build that architect drawn set of plans for the same dollars per square foot as the other one. Why do those two things not match up?
Well, there's a lot of different things. It could be the lumber packs, it could be the materials used, like it could be the features, the type of tile used, the flooring used. I mean, you got 6, 10, 12, 20 milliliter flooring, it all goes up in pricing. So if you're
Wider
using
foundation, more roof.
more pitch, uh, more unused space, it might have more attic space or even more unfinished space in it. Uh, and obviously, depending on placement, infrastructure.
Whoa, I lost my EX on the front of there. Here's what expensive plans are. Oftentimes they'll have a side entry garage instead of a front entry. Do you know how much difference there is in the cost slash price of a side entry garage versus a front entry garage?
I
It's
do not.
roughly like 30. thousand for the side entry and like 15 for the front, correct?
I'm going to give you the difference.
15 to $20,000 difference.
Is usually about 25 grand
Okay.
price. So if they select, I want a side entry garage, on average, it's around 25 grand more for a side entry garage than it is for a front entry garage. So if they come in trying to compare against some other builder, some other home, and it's a side entry versus a front entry, that's a big difference. Most architects, when they draw plans, are going to draw in a two-car. Let me add this in. Two-car is 400 square feet, and a three-car is normally 600 square feet. And architects never draw that square footage for that size car garage. So the example that I just had with this builder that I was talking to earlier today that made me think this might be good to go over with you guys is the client literally came into him and he's like, I don't understand why you can't build this plan the architect drew for the same dollars per square foot as your plan that you guys have. Well, when we started comparing what the architect drew, their two-car garage was 638 square feet versus the plan that was their pre-designed plan was 400 square feet. So you've got 238 extra square feet of garage, and he didn't understand why the price would be more. He's like, but it's still a two-car garage. Well, yeah, but it's 238 square feet difference. An average garage is like $55 a square foot. So how much difference in price is that? Bueller.
Sorry, I thought you were frozen for a second.
No, I said if a garage on average costs $55 a square foot and the architect draws a two-car garage that's 238 square feet more, how much more is that going to cost?
$13,000.
Very good. So you got $13,090 more dollars in garage, and the guy didn't understand why would it be more expensive? Well, you got 238 extra square feet of garage. You guys, whether it's an architect drawn plan or whether it's another builder's plan, like, or you're comparing to theirs, like these are the things you kind of got to go through. The plan that this architect drew had like 10 more windows than their plan. Well, you know, every one of those windows costs a few $100, right? Just to give you an example on this one that they brought to him, his covered patio square footage on the plan that the architect drew was 738 more square feet of covered patio than his house. On average, what we used to charge was like $40 a square foot. So if I go $40 a square foot times 738 square feet, what's the difference in cost?
$29,000.
$29,000. We just mentioned two items. One was 13,000, the other was 29,000. How much difference in price is that?
42,000.
$42,000 difference in price if it's the same square feet of house. And the customer was literally saying, but the square footage is the same. Why would it be more expensive to build this house? Do you see what's happening there? I think when we're like talking about doing new home sales training things, right, we forget that the customer has no knowledge of what the standards are in our industry, right? They don't know that a two-car garage is normally 400 square feet and a three-car garage is normally 600 square feet. But if you just go look at their garage and their garage is 25 times 32, Well, 20 by 20 is 400 square feet. So 25 by 32 is definitely not 400 square feet. And you can do the math and quickly realize, guys, part of the reason this price is so different is because of the square footage here. Architects always design a lot of outdoor living space. Because most customers say, yeah, I'd like a really big back porch, really big covered back patio. And so the architect is being, excuse me, the architect is being paid to draw what they asked for, which is always the wish list. They're not being paid to come in on budget. Does that make sense?